For most adult golf fans, their favorite moment in golf came when Jack Nicklaus won his 6th Masters title in 1986 at age 46. Mine came 10 years ago this week, when Tiger Woods won the U.S. Open on a broken leg and a torn anterior cruciate ligament. Oh, and he had to play 91 holes to win his 14th and last major title. It was obvious early in the week for those of us at Torrey Pines that Woods was not healthy. By the weekend, he was grimacing in pain on each fall shot and dragging his left leg around the south course like Chester on Gunsmoke. Some wondered if this was all a smoke screen, because he beat us all the time. We didn't like Tiger that much, really. Adam Scott, who along with Phil Mickelson was grouped with Woods in the first 2 rounds, recently told the New York Post, "So, the skeptic in me said he's a great showman. Even when he was playing his best golf back in the day, he was milking everything to his advantage. He used that to psych out other players. What Scott, and the rest of us, didn't know is Woods hadn't walked 18 holes in 2 months, since he finished second at the Masters. When the double stress fracture in his left tibia was diagnosed in addition to the torn ACL in May, Woods' orthopedic doctor advised him not to play the U.S. Open because he could do permanent damage. Woods would have none of it. He had won 7 PGA Tour titles at Torrey Pines and it had been one of his favorite courses since he was a child. He was playing, regardless. While Nicklaus' 6th green jacket at 46 might have been more historical, almost nobody told the Golden Bear he shouldn't be playing. Sports writer Tom McAllister of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution was one of the few when he wrote that Nicklaus was washed up and he had no chance at winning. Nicklaus' close friend, John Montgomery Sr., taped a copy of the story to the refrigerator in the home they were sharing at Augusta that week, knowing it would poke the Golden Bear. And it did. Nobody knew the extent of Woods' injuries until after he beat Rocco Mediate in sudden death after Monday's 18-hole playoff didn't decide the championship. Woods said Tuesday he would have had a hard time playing a 2-hole playoff after Sunday's final round and "Oh wait, the USGA has since switched to a shorter format because of the injuries. I couldn't have gone much farther," Woods said. After Monday's playoff was over, the sports writer sitting next to me in the media center leaned over and said, "I still think Tiger's faking it. He wasn't." Woods soon underwent surgery and was sidelined 7.5 months. He had played in 26 consecutive majors since turning professional in 1996 before he missed the next 2. When the 42-year-old Woods tees it up Thursday at Shinnecock Hills, it will be just his 6th start in a major in his last 12 opportunities as back injuries have taken a toll after Woods changed his swing to protect the left knee. Does Woods regret ignoring the doctor's advice by playing in the 2008 U.S. Open? Of course not. If only we knew what he went through that week, we would have appreciated his feat even more. Good reason not to defend title. Stewart resident Shannon O'Bear won't defend her title in this week's 89th Florida State Women's Amateur Championship, but she has a good reason. "I'm graduating from Stanford on Sunday, so I can't defend," O'Bear texted me last week. O'Bear, who is from France and attended the Pine School in Hobe Sound, led Stanford to a national title 3 years ago and scored the team's only point in this year's semifinal loss to eventual champion Arizona. She was the only player in the nation to advance to match play the last 4 years. Treasure Coast golfers entered in the women's state amateur include Brianna Castaldi, Hina Matsui and Taylor Sukmana of Port Street, Lucy, Hannah Foster of Hobe Sound and Sarah Noonan of Vero Beach. The first 2 rounds will be held starting Wednesday at Quail Ridge Country Club in Boynton and the Falls of the Palm Beaches, with the Falls hosting the match play portion this weekend. Craig Dolch is a TCPalm.com correspondent with more than 30 years of golf writing experience.